Hey
Hey
guys,
guys,
I'm Jalen.
and I'm Kirsten, and we're from Turquoise Division. Welcome to our workshop where we're gonna giddy up with graphic design.
It's a really nice day outside in the Wild West, and we're glad you could join us here.
So, just a little about us before we start. So, if you know me, I love Twice as Fancy. It is such a great song, and you should stream it right after this video. Another thing about me is that I love stationery, and I will spend so much money on it. I love journaling, but I can never keep track.
Something about me is that I love playing Minecraft. If you 1v1 me in PvP, I'ma smoke you, no cap. And I also have over 130 stuffed animals, and I kind of gave up counting after I hit 100.
We do be playing Smash though, and my main is Pikachu in the Libre skin, and I'm gonna destroy you.
And my main is Bowser in the blue skin because, turquoise turtles gotta represent. So for this workshop, we're just going to be going through some things that we think you should keep in mind when you're making graphics for KIWIN'S. Something you can remember is listen to your coach, and coach is an acronym for color scheme, organization, applications, creativity, and hacks.
So we're going to talk about color scheme. So why is it important? So take this as an example. Your members are scrolling through their social media and see a graphic. That graphic needs to be eye-catching so that members could be interested in what you are publicizing. The color is important because it is the first thing they see. You wouldn't want a dull color to represent your event or whatever you're publicizing. Color scheme attracts visual interest and also adds to the aesthetic of the graphics. A helpful guide in choosing colors would be using the KIWIN'S Key Club branding guide. I would say it is not required to use this, but it's recommended. Using this guide can also make your graphics more professional since it's under the branding guide standards. It's also a great way to promote and represent our organization KIWIN'S. For color scheme, I would advise using analogous colors so that it adds to the aesthetic. Another tip would be to limit the amount of colors because you want your graphic to be overall appealing to the viewer. Too much color can be a distraction. You guys can also be creative and combine the branding guide colors with your own. So here are some free softwares you guys can use and play around with when you're stuck choosing a color.
Hey guys, this is Jalen from the future. Just to elaborate more on these color softwares, they have features that help you create different color schemes. Like you can choose one starting color that you want in your graphic, and the softwares can generate the complementary color or make an analogous scheme, a monochromatic one, and a bunch more you can choose from. You can also look at color schemes that other people have made or what colors are trending on the websites. There should be a link in the description to these softwares, so make sure to check those out. Some graphic softwares might even have color pickers built into the app, like I know Adobe Draw does, but these color softwares also work really well. If you need any help working with them, you can message me or Kirsten on Facebook. Okay, back to the video.
To define importance, you can use contrasting colors to bring attention to certain elements of your graphic. Some examples from the guide are Pantone, Cyan, and Pantone 158 Orange.
So next is organization, which is basically like the layout and composition of your graphic, and this helps determine how understandable your graphic is. So one of the main points of making graphics for KIWIN'S in the first place is to get information across easily and quickly. Proximity is basically about showing relationships between different elements of your graphic and separating the elements that are not related. Usually you would want to group related elements so that your graphic is easier to understand at a glance. For example, you might group the details of an event, like the time, date, location, and separate that from a description of what you're doing at the event. You also don't want to overcrowd your graphics because that would make it harder to quickly understand. To avoid that and to separate sections, you would want to include white space or negative space so that there's room to breathe. Next is alignment. Usually you would want to be consistent with how you're aligning your text and items so that your graphic doesn't feel too chaotic and disorganized. And finally, there's hierarchy. And you would want to create some sort of hierarchy between your text and visual elements. It's all about emphasizing different things and choosing what you want people to see first and in what order. You can change the size of text or use different styles like bold or italics to make certain words stand out. Consistent alignment and having a hierarchy lets people move around your graphic easier.
Next is applications or softwares you can use to make your graphics.
So here's a list of some free applications and some you have to pay for, but Adobe does offer discounts, especially for students, if you check out their website. I think that at one point for Creative Cloud, which includes things like Photoshop and Illustrator, they were offering it for free because of the virus. So yeah, check out their website in the link below.
But we just want to say that you don't need to pay for some fancy software to make your graphics. Any free softwares work perfectly fine.
Here's some graphics that we made. Kirsten made the skating one on the left using Gravit, and I made the one on the right using Adobe Draw for the visual part and Google Draw for the text. All these applications are free to use because we both on a budget.
So if you're curious, here are some differences between the two. Gravit is mainly for the computer, while Adobe Draw can be used for a tablet or a phone. Unfortunately, neither of them offer Century Gothic, but I know for Gravit that you can download the font during their free trial. And just to clarify, Gravit is free, but you could pay a fee where much more is offered, like such as downloading fonts.
Yeah, and like I said before, I use Google Draw for text. I import my graphics into my drive and then onto Google Draw. But Adobe Draw is really good for flat design and really precise, clean shapes and lines. Creativity. So another reason we make graphics for KIWIN'S is to deliver information in a more appealing and memorable way. So it's always fun trying to make your graphics interesting. You can do that using jokes and memes, iconic characters, cute factors like giving objects faces or something, visual elements like textures and gradients, white space, and pretty much anything you can think of. In the end though, you still want to try to put your own personality into it. Just have some fun, make what you actually want to make. Like, I love cute stuff and that started becoming part of my style.
So we've basically covered the basis of graphic design. So here's some fun hacks. As you've already noticed, our whole slideshow is in the best font. Century Gothic, for real though, it really is the best. But surprise, there are other cool fonts to use. Like I've said, the KIWIN'S Key Club brand guide also has fonts that pertain to graphic standards. Since we're representing KIWIN'S, it's important to always include the logo, as shown in the top right corner. When making a graphic, I would say it's like the finishing touch. Graphic design just doesn't limit you to graphics. You can use your skills to benefit your own division. You can also use your skills to make beautiful merchandise and use it to fundraise for your division or club. It's a great way to represent KIWIN'S. Attractive merchandise can lead to an increase in interested new members that want to join our organization. So on the right, here's some beautiful merchandise, JM design, and sometimes the district hosts like contests for design, so it could be even chosen for those events such as DCON or Fall Rally. So here are some fonts besides Century Gothic, such as Myriad Pro and Able Display Italics. A creative way you can mix fonts is to pair sans serif with serif typeface. As shown in the bottom picture, just like colors, it's highly recommended to use the Guide for Graphic Standards in KIWIN'S. But if you're doing other graphics on your own, then here are some helpful websites that you can use if you're stuck on what font to use.
So here's just a few more general hacks and tips. Another acronym you can remember is KISS, which stands for Keep It Simple Stupid. And that basically means don't try to stuff your graphics with a bunch of text, information, and effects. Again, you want to make sure that there's room to breathe and the information is easy to process. Try to condense information in an understandable way, or you could break up your graphic into multiple graphics if you need. Know your audience. If you're making graphics for KIWIN'S, you're catering to a bunch of students like you, so you could try to incorporate elements that people our age might find interesting or funny. For more help, you can watch YouTube videos. There's this channel called GCF Learn Free, And they have really good videos on graphic design, like composition and color theory. So I would recommend checking those out. Again, link in the description below. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Reach out to your previous publicists, current or previous bulletin editors. Even ask us. We're always happy to help, and I'm sure others will be too. Practice, practice, practice. If you're not getting the result you want, don't worry, you're doing great. It'll just take some time and practice to improve, but we know you got this. Just have some fun making what you like, challenge yourself, but try not to stress. This goes for anyone. Drink lots of water, get lots of sleep. Do not stay up until 4 a.m. on a school night, finishing up your projects. That's not healthy. Just talk to whoever the graphic is for, and hopefully they'll make some adjustments so that you don't become sleep deprived.
So that's the end of our presentation. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment down below. We will try to contact you as soon as possible. There are also helpful links in the description below that you guys can check out for references.
Thanks for watching. We hope you're all safe and well and that this workshop was helpful. All the websites and links we mentioned will be in the description below.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you can use this advice in the future. Thank you, and don't forget to stream fancy, guys.